I play two roles in my school. One is as a teacher advisor, and the other one is as a school counselor. And when this question came, what is my teaching philosophy, I wanted to know what my students thought my teaching philosophy might be. And I really liked that. I liked that I was able to ask them, because actually it produced a lot of dialogue, which I really liked and really enjoyed. Now, while I know it would be hard for them to be honest if there wasn't something that they didn't like, I recognized that. I was also very interested to hear what they thought that I thought my teaching philosophy was. And when I asked that question, it was fun to listen to the response, because they were each different, and but they were, I think, insightful for me. So I really liked that I asked them what did they think my teaching philosophy was, because I wanted to know, am I congruent? Am I, is what I think my teaching philosophy imparted to the students, really? And so I'm glad we asked that question. I'm glad I asked them. And I think I'm going to continue to do that, because it allowed for a lot of dialogue, and it was interesting, and it elicited some other questions that I think were good for my own self-evaluation. What would you have liked me to have done different? Is there anything that you think I can do different with a new set of advisees? And so it was helpful all around to ask that question. Larissa, you've known me for 3 years. You've been in my TA. What do you think, from your perspective, what is my teaching philosophy?
I think your teaching perspective is to put others first, and like your students are your priority, and that is to make sure that you're always like helping them in any way possible, and making sure they can be the best that they can be.
The next set of slides are taken from haiku decks that I've created, and I believe the words on them and the decks themselves kind of epitomize and say a lot about my teaching philosophy. So I'm just going to let them speak for themselves. And at the end of those, I'm going to share some students' beautiful music to end with, because they are fabulous, and that's why I'm in schools, and that's why I love what I do. To end with, I wanted to end with students. to celebrate them, to look at their strengths, because certainly that is part of my philosophy, to find the strengths in them and be able to help them help themselves see all of those fantastic, marvelous things that they are able to do, and who they are, and all the good things about them. And I hope that they will see in me that we are works in progress forever, and that we're lifelong learners, and I'm one of them, and I'm going to make mistakes throughout my life. But just because I make mistakes doesn't mean I am a mistake. And I will continue learning and growing, and this is one way through this blog. So thanks, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week.